It's almost like seeing a person who's in need. And because you're in need and you're vulnerable and you're stressed, it's like a person who's predatory can like smell that. So it's kind of like them swooping in and offering you this thing that you need. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is a blessing because I had no idea how I was gonna. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your June soul session. I'm Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, okay, my friend, and whatnot or whatever. If you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are your spirituality as well as personal development readings in which we look at a given month for the sole purpose of giving you clarity, insight, and guidance in reference to your particular situation, whatnot, or whatever. And I got cards falling everywhere. That's way too many cards to take. But anywho, first card out is the Ace of Cups. So coming, sorry for shuffling in your ear, Capricorn. My bad, give me 1 second. So coming out of May, I cannot get a hold on these cards. Coming from May into June, you guys have the Ace of Cups, and the next card out is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So what it is looking like, Capricorn, is you guys are coming out of a very difficult time, or a less than stellar time, or a time in your life that was quite stagnant. Now, what I want to say with this Ace of Cups, which is interesting, it's almost like, do I want to say you were rescued? It's almost like an opportunity presented itself, but it feels seemingly out of the blue, because I feel the situation you guys were in before, it was kind of feeling ostracized or shunned or on the out, something that wasn't very emotionally fulfilling, just not anywhere that you would desire to be, if you will. But I feel it's almost like, I don't want to say last ditch effort, because I don't feel this is something that necessarily came from you guys initiating it. It's almost like, let me think. Maybe if you live somewhere and you had a bunch of roommates and all your roommates like sucked miserably, and there was literally nowhere for you to move in the vicinity of your job. So you were just kind of stuck there. And then out the blue, you get offered this job that, you know, and they pay for your apartment type of deal. And it's like a really nice apartment and you get to live alone. It feels like something like that, to where it became a solution to a problem, but I don't feel it's necessarily something that you guys initiated. It's like an opportunity that was offered to you, if you will. So it's almost as if you guys are coming out of a really difficult time from the end of May until the beginning of June. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. There's a little bit of conflict there. And next card that we have is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Goodness gracious. Okay. How I said that whole roommate situation, man. I feel this is it feels like a lady. Like that's literally the first initial vibe I get. And it feels more like boss or maybe mother figure. Someone that's older than you, but they don't necessarily have to be like old. But it's an embittered lady vibe that I get with this. And it's more or less having a sense of conflict with this person. And that's what I feel like you guys are being rescued from. Now, on the other side of this, oh yeah, this is a lot. I might have to clarify these, because I see this two different ways. It's like there's one group of Capricorn people who are coming out of a situation like this. And it's like there's another group that's coming into a situation like this. So this is where this forewarning comes in. If you're someone where you were in a situation, whether it was at a job, roommates, romantic partnership, whatever the case may be, with a person who's just very like verbally abusive and manipulative and just not a nice person, ice queen kind of vibes, you know what I'm saying? That's always like just narcissistic one-upmanship kind of vibes going on there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're leaving out of a situation or you were inadvertently rescued from someone like that, I can see this and things are like on the up and up. However, on the other side, I feel this is an opportunity if it's on offer and you guys are presently trying to get out of a situation, like trying to, I don't want to say run away, but you're just in a situation that's uncomfortable. This feels kind of like jumping out of the pot into the frying pan, if you will, because it's like being in a difficult time and a person offering you a cup or an opportunity, and it seems like way better than where you are now, but it's kind of like a catch-22 because it seems in the beginning that this is like a blessing. It's like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like the whole roommate situation, it seems like a blessing, but I feel that there's like a hidden agenda with this, if you will. But it's like you just can't see it now because you'd be so happy to be out of whatever this situation is you guys are in. So I don't even know what the word is for that. I mean, the best way I could put it is like how I say it is like getting hit with the okie doke. Whoa, hello. Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Interesting. And that's clarifying this Queen of Swords. Dog. I could say this a lot of different ways, Capricorn. It feels like a trap. Let me say it that way. It's almost like getting trapped by someone. And this could be a myriad of different ways. But the situation you're in, like the most important thing to know if this is your reading, this resonates with you, is that in May, you were in a less than stellar situation that you're really not happy with, right? Whether that's job, romantic partnership, whatever. And out of the blue comes this thing that is like, it seems like a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, like, how do I just end up in this really horrible situation? Then all of a sudden out the blue, here comes this person with this thing that like saves me from this thing I didn't know how to get out of, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? And it ends up becoming something that seemingly reverses all it is that you've been through at this point. So it seems like a blessing, like knight in shining armor kind of energy, right? But I feel behind all of this, it's like feeling as if you're getting an opportunity to get a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if this is romantic, it's almost like getting trapped kind of vibes, like somebody getting like knocked up for you or something like that, or knocking you up, you know what I'm saying? Or signing a lease with somebody, or going into business with someone, co-signing for someone. You know, it's almost like there's some type of kickback with them rescuing you. And it's almost as if how this could potentially play out is like you feeling obligated, or like you owe this person something because they saved you from a situation that was shitty. And it's like being more likely to go with it. But I see with this person, it's like they're an embittered little, you know what I'm saying? Like a very harsh person that's narky. Ooh, now clarifying the Five of Swords is claw. Be careful, do not take risks. I mean, hello. I don't know how much clearer that could get, Capricorn. Thank you for that. Be careful, do not take risks. That's the thing. So like for those of you, like that first group of Capricorns that I said, it's like, and you know this is literally the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you were offered an opportunity that came in the nick of time and is not panning out like this, then I mean, you're Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But for others of you to where you're coming into something, like you're about to come into this, like you're in a situation like that where you feel trapped and all of a sudden this seemingly good opportunity comes out of nowhere, especially with this being the retrograde, child. Now is not the time for them things. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're already like well invested into this, Capricorn, I wouldn't say, like for that first group of Capricorns I was talking about, where this ended up being like a blessing type of thing, I wouldn't say that this would be for you guys. But for those of you where you're still kind of in the thick of it, and this opportunity was just offered to you, and it seems kind of like too good to be true, or like a blessing in a sense, or if it hasn't happened yet, I would say be cautious about that. Like if it's something that kind of came out of the blue, because I don't want to say like for the first group of people, I mean, if this is something where y'all were in a crappy situation and, you know, you got offered a job like in April or May with an apartment, proverbially speaking, and you got out of your situation, everything's fine. This isn't saying that everything's going to turn around. I feel this is more of a forewarning for people who are in that situation. So that's why I say it's like two different groups of Capricorns. There's one coming out of a situation like this, and there's another group that's like going in. So if you think about it like the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like the wheel turned. And it's like the people who were like at the bottom of the wheel are now being moved to the top. So it's like time for you guys to learn this lesson, if that's making sense. I hope that that makes sense, because in energy I'm seeing a lot of is this contrast between haste makes waste and slow and steady wins the race, right? So it's like anything that comes quick and fast, and I mean, you know, my Mars is in Capricorn, so I understand to a certain extent, but it's like with my Mars being in Capricorn, I'm really big on hard work and, you know, long drawn out bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel anything is supposed to come quick and fast, and I'm totally okay with like busting my ass for an extended period in order to obtain something, because then it's worth it. And I feel like I can hold on to it for longer because I didn't get it quickly. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's an inherent Capricorn trait, but I think that's important for you guys to keep that in mind. It's like if something is too quick, too easy, too good to be true, it usually is, especially now with the energies that we're in with this retrograde, which is just some other stuff, child. Oh my goodness. But be leery about that. The next card you guys have is the King of Pentacles. This very well could be a relationship, dude. The thing I'm seeing with you guys is y'all are trying to get somewhere, y'all are trying to go somewhere, meaning in the sense that you're trying to get to a space of stability and security. And it's almost like I feel like this person can see that in you. And it's almost as if they're trying to take advantage of the situation. It's almost like seeing a person who's in need. And because you're in need and you're vulnerable and you're stressed, it's like a person who's predatory can like smell that. So it's kind of like them swooping in and offering you this thing that you need. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is a blessing, because I had no idea how I was gonna, you know, like pay for my car, pay my rent, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And this person comes with it, but it's like it comes with a catch. But because they rescued you, it's like you're indebted to them. You know what I'm saying? Like everything comes with a price, if that makes sense. But I don't know, this person's energy, I'm not really a fan, you know, because I feel the vibe of this person is like somebody where everybody who knows them, like this person doesn't do a good job at hiding who and how they are unless someone is new. So it's like people who know them, like they know them to be someone who's like a verbal assassin and, you know, is condescending, and they're just cold and just rude and, you know, patronize you and things of the sort. Like people who know this person well would be fully aware that they're like that, but it's almost them taking advantage of Capricorn being in need, right? And them being able to identify that, and the fact that you don't know them that well. You know, so I don't know what kind of relationship this could be to a person, but it's almost like they're able to take advantage of the situation because of a blind spot, because you're not as familiar with them. But if you knew them as well as people who are around them, you would be able to clearly see this energy with them. But because you don't know them, it's like a blind spot, if that's making sense. I hope and pray that that makes sense, Capricorn, because this is interesting. Woo, child, this is a lot going on here. See, whoa. Wow. Yeah. And then we have the 10 of Wands. That came out as the last card for Sagittarius and they're extended. And at the bottom of your deck, you have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Dude, here is the thing. I feel the best way for Cappies to chart forward. I want to clarify this King of Pentacles just to be sure to see what else I can grab from this. But the best way for you all to chart forward, Capricorn, is like, how do I want to say that? Like picking yourself up by the bootstraps and charting forward alone and not necessarily working with other people. So that would be the contrast for Capricorns this month. It's like on one side, you have an opportunity to work with people or a person that this 5 of Swords and this Queen of Swords in the reverse represents, right? So it's being in a situation that you're really not happy with, you're trying to get out of it. This opportunity comes for you to get out of the situation. And then, you know, things are looking up. Here comes this person that offers you like a get out of jail free card. It's like, you know, instead of you doing all of this by yourself, I can help you and get you here, right? And it's a lucrative offer because you see, man, I thought I was going to have to climb this whole mountain by myself. And you're saying I could hop on your back. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to walk me up the mountain? Like, I'm here for that, right? So it seems like a blessing. However, with this 10 of Wands, it comes with a burden that you cannot see right now because it's a sense of like desperation or just being tired to where, you know, and I mean, that's totally understandable because I mean, if there's a quick way, that's the reason why I like those inventions that they have like on TV and stuff like that. It's like, why would I stand over the stove and fry bacon in a frying pan when there's this nifty grifty bacon microwaver where I can line up my bacon and put this thing in the microwave for a minute and I got perfect, you know, long, nice strips of bacon. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, why would I warm a TV dinner in the oven like they did in the 50s when I can pop it in the microwave and it's done in 2 minutes? So it's kind of like that energy where it doesn't really hurt anything. It's like, yeah, the quality of the food is not as grand in the microwave versus the oven, but it's the convenience factor. Like it may not taste as great, but it's still, you know, palatable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that's the mindset that Caps would have coming in, because it's like mentally preparing yourself for this uphill battle and you find a way to make a mountain into a molehill in so many words, you know? But I feel with this, it comes with a whole bunch of burdens that you're not seeing right now. And I feel that this person who's offering it is fully aware of that. So it's them kind of taking advantage of the situation, you know, and you becoming indebted to this person and them inadvertently being in control of you. And I feel like that's the situation you're already coming out of, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I say jumping from the pot into the frying pan. It's like this situation is no different than the one that you guys just left out of, if that's making sense. It's just this one seems shiny and new. So with this 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's saying the way that you should be maneuvering forward is solo. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best route to go. So if we go back to our analogy of like roommates, it's like if you had a shitty experience with a whole bunch of roommates and you have the chance to get your own apartment, but it's going to cost more, it's going to take longer, versus another group of people offering you to be their roommate, this would be one of those times where you choose to get your apartment on your own and take the longer way and to pay more money, as opposed to going from one group of people that you hated into another apartment with another group of people that you'll also hate. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that makes sense. Oh, y'all. I was about to say, I'm going to clarify this King of Pentacles and let y'all go. Oh, child. So clarifying the King of Pentacles is scales. And it says, keep your life in balance. And that is the thing. I feel with this King of Pentacles energy, Caps, this is where you guys want to be. Y'all want to be in a place to where you have stability and security for yourself. And I feel in order to get that, And I can't even say I feel, I believe with my whole heart, with my little tiny, Capricorn Mars placement, that is the only way to be. It's like, if you want to get somewhere in life and you want to stay there, it's like you need to take every single step from ground zero. If you ever like cheat the system or skip steps, what you skip will trip you up later. It always will. So it's better for you to learn that point A to point Z is the best route, right? Because there's always going to be a catch when you're able to kind of skip steps in a sense. There's always going to be a catch-22 to that. So the best path or the best way to chart forward, Cabs, is for you guys to do it yourself. Like whatever you're desiring or whatever it is you're trying to build, to do it yourself. Not saying X all other people out, but don't allow someone to, remove the proverbial burden. Because I feel the only burden that you guys would be carrying, like we look at the 10 of Wands, it's like an Ace of Wands kind of burden. The only burden you have is your own passion, drive, and desire, instead of 9 other ones that have come from someone else, which becomes too much and you're going to have to drop them all anyway and start all over with your one wand. So let's just skip that, right? And keep charting forward with your torch. Just saying. So anywho, Capricorn, that has been your reading. I'm going over to my network to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, Capricorn. And I will see you guys sooner than later.